Thank you Best Buy for sponsoring today's video. I'm going over a few things that Kevin once changed on his desk setup. I told him to annotate everything, a month later. Let me know what those things are. They're not many, to be honest. He really likes it. But we're gonna work on that today. I'm gonna finish this list and then we are going to head there. I think that's a good idea. I'll show you guys everything, literally. It's such a cool setup. This whole thing started about 2 months ago. Actually, that's not true. Kevin moved here in April, but we started furnishing it in August. So this whole thing started about 5 months ago. From the living room to the bedroom to his desk setup, I think this is the biggest project we've had up to now. You see, with Kevin being a software engineer, I try to plan this to the best of my abilities in order to build something that could fulfill work, but also enjoy life and disconnect from his role outside of his hours. And we did so, but not entirely. I've noticed that most of you who are watching our videos are not subscribed. So if you guys could help us get to 500,000 subscribers, that would mean the world to me and to Jan. You know what my goal is? Buy a bunch of makeover projects, condos, houses, film the entire transition, just make movies. That's what we want. With all the tech we use all the time throughout the whole year, it would be pretty sick. Anyways, I'm gonna fix this whole thing right now. You see, when this whole space was done, I made Kevin an offer.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
I told him to make a list of things he would want to change for the better within his space, and we would just come in and try to fix those things for him. And it all started here, the place he spends most of his time with this setup. Kevin works for Expedia. He mainly takes care of making sure features are properly implemented within the website. I guess we can say a full stack engineer. That's what he does. Yeah. But there is one thing we needed to get done before fulfilling his requests. This cable. Absolutely horrendous. We knew that going in, so about a month ago, I got some cable covers from Amazon.
No more drilling?
We can drill if you want.
Nah.
He of course didn't want these drilled in. I mean, come on, I understand that. We had drilled this poor wall enough. So we decided to tape these, and it worked quite well. What do you guys think? Is it too ghetto? Or does it make sense? Sometimes it's really hard to be like fully minimal with cables, but I think this is a pretty good setup for what we have going on right here. I kinda like it. I like it. Let me know down below what you guys think. The next thing we had on the list was the keyboard. You see, Kevin thought the 81 Pro from OnePlus was only for Macs, but turns out he realized there was a Mac and Windows switch. So then he really wanted to keep it, more because it's also wireless, so it makes the switch between his PC and Mac a lot easier when needed. Now the speakers, we goofed up. We had the right speaker sitting on the left, and the left one on the right, so Kevin actually changed that up. Kevin also got a nicer bass from Audio Engine. He set up on the must shelf. I must say, it does sound amazing. Aside from that, we also needed to buy the proper adapter for the GrooveMate MagSafe dock. The last thing on our list though was configuring the height of the desk. So here's our problem, okay? The fact that the PC sits on a drawer separate from the desk makes rising the desk a lot more complicated. Kevin really wants to use that feature a lot more often. He enjoys coding standing up, and after all, this here is a standing desk, right? So I bought some white cable sleeves in order to try and keep things tidy when rising the desk. But the cool thing about the Sway desk from Ergonoffice is how easy it is to use the controller to pre-set up heights. So we calculated accordingly and used the max height to install the sleeve and set proper lengths for all the cables. This in order to configure the max height and the min height for the legs, which we got working properly. So this is it. I made Kevin try the MetaQuest 3S within his setup. If you ever want to try a proper VR headset and you don't want to spend a lot of money, the MetaQuest 3S at $299 from Best Buy might just be the right solution for you. This here has the same processor as the MetaQuest 3. The bundle from Best Buy comes with a copy of Batman Arkham Shadows, these white 128GB goggles with a 1-meter USB-C charging cable that comes with a brick, and if you wear glasses, it does come with a spacer in the box. Of course, this comes with the controllers that include a couple of AA batteries and the wrist wraps. The design of it is extremely comfortable, and I love the triple layout camera design. It's got 2 tracking cameras, 2 IR depth sensors, and 2 pass-through cameras. There's also 2 more tracking cameras on the side, where one sits next to the power button and a USB-C port. At the bottom, you have the volume button and the action button that enables the pass-through mode or enables the VR mode while using it. You do need to use your phone though, hand in hand with the Meta Horizon app to configure your device. With these lenses, you'll get a field of view of 96.90, a PPI of 773 and a 1832 by 1920 resolution per eye. Plus, with the 3S, you get the full color view while looking around the room with pass-through. The colors with this look great and the image is sharp as long as you adjust the lenses properly. With 8GB of RAM, you can enjoy games like Batman Arkham Shadows and enjoy using these controllers that make games a lot more immersive. Gaming in VR is extremely fun. Games like Beat Saber are really cool to play. On top of that, you can use the Xbox Game Cloud app to connect that controller and play Xbox games on the cloud. This is all done by using the massive screen inside your headset, which also allows you to multitask with a browser, Netflix, YouTube, and so on. The whole layout is really well done and you don't necessarily need to use the controllers to get around. Look, if you want to try these out, I've got a link down below for the MetaQuest 3S bundle with Arkham Shadow, a 3-month trial of MetaQuest Plus included, and you can get the Elite strap for $20 off with a new Quest headset purchase. Look at this, guys. Bam. Works like a charm. And then we can go down too. So good. This is by far my favorite standing desk. It really is. Let me talk about it. Ergonoffice Sway Solid Wood Standing Desk is what we decided to go with here. This was the very first thing we installed a few months ago. Final result looked so nice, more because it goes well with the color of the wall, the chair we got from them as well, and just the color of the table. This here's their cherry wood with a white leg. It's their 30-inch by 72-inch desk. It's got an insane amount of space. As long as you don't decide to put a massive 39-inch ultra-wide monitor with massive bookshelf speakers and the custom PC, you'll be good. But this here is currently my favorite brand for standing desks. Building these are incredibly easy and the add-ons they provide come in clutch. Like, I got the cable management system with the power bar, a second power outlet that lives underneath, and the cable net. Cable net, guys, is a major must. I honestly think these make cable management so much easier. You can hold a good amount of stuff and hide a lot of your mess. I have these at home as well and they are clutch. Aside from pairing the desk with our custom U2 chair, we got a filing cabinet where he can store his documents and his powerhouse. This custom PC I built for him a few months ago. I don't know if you've seen that video, but I made an entire custom build to fit his needs. Literally installed all the programming tools he uses, just in case he wants to code on his PC. More than anything though, he uses it for gaming. I mean, he's a plane freak, so he loves playing Flight Simulator on it. This is a full white MSI dedicated build. It's a zero cable build, so all the cables sort of sit in back. Let me tell you, it made cable management and just building in general so much easier. Spec wise, this has an Intel Core 14th Gen i7 14700K to be precise, paired with an RTX 4070 Ti with 16GB of VRAM, with 64GB of DDR5 RAM at 6400 MHz, and a single M.2 MSI M450 SSD. It runs Ubuntu under WSL. It really plays all the games he wants to in high res, and runs Java with Kotlin on Windows in case he needs it for work. It's a full white build. I've never really done that before. It goes so well with the desk and just in general, it looks great. He's had absolutely no issues with it up to now. This is probably, I think this is the best PC I've built. Not just because it's, just because it's white. It looks so freaking cool. Absolutely love it. I actually took the time to make an entire video about this, so if you guys want to watch that, I guess I'll leave it down below. This connects to a lot of things on the desk, starting with his monitor. We got this from Best Buy when we were working on this setup. It's a gorgeous 39-inch LG OLED 240Hz monitor. This is literally what I wanted to install here. A panel that's big enough to have him enjoy his games and deliver enough screen real estate for coding. I mean, splitting screens in here for him has been absolutely amazing. Because it's OLED, the deep blacks are crazy and the color it outputs as well. It is a 800 R-curved monitor. I haven't heard any complaints from him up to now, so I got that going for myself. And as we know with OLED, there are a couple of major concerns people usually have. Screen reflectivity and clarity with text. Well, on this, because of the coat this panel has, it really minimizes reflections, and the fact that it faces a wall with no lights or windows makes it even better. And then as for the text clarity, this is something that a lot of people mind. OLED doesn't deliver the sharpness a panel like IPS does. Plus, most of the time you can see the text fringing if you pixel peep. Some people can see it straight away. Others like Kevin don't really notice it at all. So I also got that going for myself. Definitely hit the jackpot there. The only thing I did wish this had for him was a USB-C hub. He actually connects his MacBook Pro for work via HDMI, but he says he really doesn't mind it at all. Mainly because this is how he likes working most of the time. Peripherals on the side and MacBook in the middle to use both screens for work. Then he has code on one screen screen and documentation on the other. Also, the arm the monitor uses allows for him to raise it up and down whenever he's using the laptop or the PC. And when he's using his PC, he uses the OnePlus 81 paired with the SteelSeries Aerox 3 on this GrooveMate wool felt desk pad in gray. By the way, this here is their medium size, and for Kevin it's more than enough. This type of material soaks up water well if you ever spill something. Trust me, I use mine all the time. With this, we've got his audio setup. I give him my old Focusrite iTrack Solo to pair with his HD5s, the S6 subwoofer from Audio Engine, and his MV7X from Shure. This is such a solid audio setup. In fact, way better than what I have in my office. To be honest, my audio setup is currently not functional. I think it has to do something with the cables I installed to connect to my speakers. Anyways. On his end though, his issue right now with the audio setup has to do with his MV7X. All of a sudden, it started introducing some weird muffled sounds. The other day, he actually came by to the office and we checked it out. I troubleshoot it and it led to a faulty mic, so we just changed that. The rest of his peripherals are small little insert drawers from GrooveMate. They are really good. The small little black accents this desk has allows for these to be visually appealing as well, and of course functional. But with black accents, you always need to make sure you install proper lighting. More specifically, if you are planning on making content. A lot of you guys ask me about our lighting setup. This one is overhead. Look at the difference, right? Right here. I come in. It's pretty sick, right? It's awesome. And it makes everything else just like properly lit up. Very much recommended. So what we did is that because Kevin has a YouTube channel, we set him up with a proper lighting setup, a hue light strip that lives behind his desk, the hue play bars behind his monitor, and our classic Amran 200X light source with the SE softbox and the newer arm. Except this time it lives on top, which we've never really done before. The only reason we can do this is because these are 9 feet ceilings. We also set him up with a Google Home device so he can control some of the functions that Hue provides and the ability to turn on and off the overhead with the help of a Hue switch, of course. By the way, if you ever get one of these, you can also use their app to control them. There's so many more functions here to help you achieve the perfect lighting output. It helps bringing a bit of life to this wall, a wall we had a hard time decorating, mainly after adding something like this on top. So we MacGyvered the canvas that lives on this wall. It's funny because we took his old metal plate poster and bought a canvas from IKEA to pretty much stick them together as is. It looks really nice in my opinion. The shelves were also bought at IKEA. It's part of this new collection they have going on. Flimsy, but they do the job with the decoration. I wouldn't put anything too heavy on this. All the heavy stuff though goes on this shelf we got at Must. This is one of my favorite pieces in here. This is a Scandinavian design shelf. It's called the Keel Shelving Unit. It's in oak, but it sort of matches the wooden table we got from Ergon Office. We didn't drill this to the wall because it sort of sits on the carpet, and on the wall it seems very sturdy up to now, and it's where Kevin's S6 subwoofer lives, along with some accessories and a speaker from his living room setup. It's absolutely great, to be honest. I think it goes super well right next to the Berlin sofa. I mean, the green on this is incredible. This here has the moonstone color, if you're wondering. It's a color that really pops, and if done right, it can really add to your space. That color wraps on this soft plush material that also wraps around a kiln dried hardwood frame with dual joints and reinforced corner blocks. The whole thing really feels solid. Probably the best furniture I've ever put together. These legs required a super light assembly. I remember it took about 5 to 10 minutes to put it together. The whole box included 1 left corner piece, 1 right corner piece, 2 rectangle pillows, and 2 squared pillows. Pillows with a 3-layer high density foam cushion topped with premium 100% goose down feathers. For a condo, honestly, this size makes so much sense, and these still finished legs really won't scratch your floor, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. If you do happen to have a bigger condo though, or simply a house, the Berlin collection offers bigger pieces, so keep that in mind. This is it. This is the second setup we've done for Kevin. I'd say it's as good as it gets for him, especially after tweaking a few things to satisfy his requirements. I'm super happy with the result, to be honest. The last episode of this series will come in December. We are finishing his bedroom and doing a full tour. That will be interesting, so stay tuned. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. We are about to hit 500,000 subscribers, so it would be extremely awesome if you guys can please help us get there. That being said, guys, I'll see you all soon. Enjoy your weekend. This might go live on Sunday, I'm not sure. Anyways, take care.